Right, okay, so that seems to be the catchphrase, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to try and keep this as short and sweet as I possibly can, and I'm going to do this as a voiceover, probably to a couple of stills and a few sort of silent clips, just to probably fill in the blanks, really, because this video is going on pretty much, I don't know, 3 years later from the last video, what went on. I think we got up to part 2 or part 3. Anyway, I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to put the continuation videos on of me doing the hard wiring and all that malarkey. It kind of seems pointless at the minute because, well, I'll explain why. I've got all the hardwire done, all the hard work gone into it, showing you guys, if anyone's interested, how to hardwire it. I don't believe there was actually a problem with that at all or anything like. But cutting a long story short, like I said, got the bike up and running. Didn't sort the oil leak out. I'm just gone through some videos and just to try and refresh myself with it, basically. Didn't sort the oil leak out because obviously just wanted to get the bike running, take it out for a good spin, which I did. Went out with some guys, local guys, giving the bike a bloody good thrashing and one thing, putting it through its paces, like seeing what it was capable of. And the volts started dropping on the volt indicator, which I fixed on the dash, which you may have seen in a video as well, or will see in a video at some point. Anyway, panic mode. I'm at least several miles away from home. I'm thinking that the stator's burning out again and the rectifier's fried, and obviously it's going to kill the battery, so I'm going to get stranded. Well, not stranded because I'm in recovery anyway, but anyway, so I'll get home, frustratingly put the bike in the garage, swear at it, and shut the garage door, and this is where we are, like 2.5, 3 years later, going back to it. So just to fill in the blanks then, obviously I thought, well, sod this, I'll spend 300 quid on it, trying to, well, more than that, 300 quid for the parts to try and get it right, hardwire it, try and overcome this problem, with the shit problem what Triumph left it with. And I thought I did it, but it looks like I hadn't. So that's where I left it. Like I say, I've come back to it and I thought, right, sod it, okay, let's diagnose things. So getting the multimeter out and test the stator while it's in situ, and obviously the rec to see if the diodes are okay. Everything seems to be okay. I haven't pulled the casing off the stator to check the coils if they're frazzled at all or anything like, but doing the continuity checks and everything on it, everything seems okay. So I will double check this, and I'll probably do a short video of it anyway, of like how to sort of thing. I know there is videos out there, but obviously this is bike specific how to, if you've got this bike, because there are problems with this bike. You can relate to it a bit more rather than it being an R1 or whatever sort of thing anyway. So, God, I'm rambling on again. Right, so those checks preliminarily looked to be okay. So it was a case of, right, let's charge the battery up and see how the battery is, because that's the one thing which I just skipped over all the way through this, presuming that the battery was okay, and it's probably the original battery for all I know. I mean, it's certainly, I haven't changed it anyway. Okay, so charge the battery up, dead. Yeah, left it for a couple of days basically. Just obviously when it's fully charged, it cuts out anyway. Went down there, tested it with a multimeter, and it was showing about like 2.5, 3 amps or whatever it was anyway. So battery's knackered. So all this time, it could have been just a case of like my battery's knackered, and that's why I was dropping the volts were dropping. However, I don't know if it's to do with anything I've done that, it's kind of cooked the battery. So again, I'm no electrician, mechanical electrician, whatever. Everything I'm doing is just basically research or asking other people who've had similar problems. So, forgive me for my naive. Well, I was trying to say that word, but being naive about it all. There's a lot of people out there who are very experienced in this, and probably if they could be bothered to watch or listen to it, they're probably shaking their head saying, what's this dick doing? But this dick's just trying to sort his bike out on a budget and learn a few things along the way, which everyone does at some point in their life, don't they? Anyway, enough of that. So initially at this point, probably put a little video of me just testing the battery and one thing and another, putting a new battery in, and everything's okay with the battery. The dashboard lights up as you would expect, but we're at the stage where I'm not turning it over at all or anything because it's been sitting, and like a dickhead I've left the fuel in, so I've got to clean it all out. Probably end up cleaning the jets out again and the fuel rail just to make sure there's no dodgy crap in there, because I did have a problem with it, the fueling on it anyway, so we did have to clean the jets out with a kind of Heath Robinson mechanism to do it, rather than sending it off and getting them done, see if they're atomising okay. So that's something else. I don't think I videoed that at all anyway, but it might be a case of if I have got a problem with it fueling again, I will do a video and show you what I've done. It was quite good actually. We've done a bit of me and my brother-in-law, we've done a bit of research, and we got the bike. After a while, we just got it fueling up okay and starting. So, like I say, I don't think there's videos on that anyway. But back to where we are. New batteries in. I'm going to retest the stator, have a look at a few more videos, ask a few more questions, retest the stator, making sure there's continuity there, and the reg rectifier. Okay, so test those. This is going to look different because the last reg and stator was all hardwired. These are new ones. This is where it gets a bit complicated, and I've lost it in the timeline. I'm back to the old style wiring, but I have gone direct to the battery, and I have cut out now. I haven't got the circuit breaker on where it was in position on there. I'm not saying I haven't took that off because I didn't think it'd done anything, because it can only be beneficial surely anyway. But as it stands, I've got a shitload of wiring with a reg, not enough wiring for the stator, so I've had to put when I bought them from the same place. Anyway, I shan't go into where I got them from, because this is another minefield. Everyone's saying, don't get this one, don't get that one, get this one. It's like, what's your flavour? So anyway, these were on the bike when it started dropping volts, but I don't think they're gone. Okay, so that's what I was alluding to anyway. The battery was definitely knackered. So anyway, ramble. New battery in. Let's get the bike running, and let's see what happens then. I mean, hopefully like a lot of things, you've just got to get it running, get it on the road, and just see where you go. And then if it happens again, God knows, just back to square one again, isn't it? More research. So I'm going to cut this off now because it's getting ridiculous again and boring, and I can't stand the sound of my own voice, especially watching those videos, so it must be even more painful for you guys. But brilliant. Okay, right. Leave it with me. I will post the other videos probably after this one, so watch them, because they can be quite informative if you're looking at doing it yourself, but just be aware that the end product looked good on the videos, but I still had the same problem apparently, but it could be just a duff battery, which I should have checked. Right, I'm going. Right, peace out.